Do you feel that you are underestimated, disregarded despite your gifts, loyalty, and good intentions? The problem is not in the world, but in the fact that within you, a dog is gnawing away. An ancient wisdom teaches that one should work not for dogs, but for wolves. In this video, we will help you rid yourself of the servile dog within and awaken the fierce, respected, and untamed wolf that you were born to be. Look not in the mirror, but at your habits. You apologize too much and speak too little. You wait for permission to speak and act. You seek comfort in being loved, adopted, and accepted. You have been taught to behave like a dog, not like a warrior. You wear your submission as a badge of honor. You call it kindness, decency, and loyalty. Understand that in the real world, in the world of power, these qualities mean nothing without strength. An ancient sage warned that to survive among people who lie, deceive, manipulate, and betray, you must become someone they fear, not someone they love. A dog does not invoke fear, it is domesticated. A dog wags its tail like a master sharpening a knife. A dog protects those who can sell it for coins. A dog remains loyal even to those who do not feed it. This is not loyalty. This is slavery. Do you think your loyalty will protect you? Do you believe that being a brother deserves respect? Are you sure that being a good person in the room will keep you safe? Let the ancient wisdom speak to you from the grave. The world does not protect the obedient. The world uses them. The world adorns them with praise while inside, they are already ruined. You were not born to be discarded. You were not born to be led by the leash. Inside you is something older, something inevitable. A hunger that has been suppressed by teachers, preachers, parents, and false philosophies. They gave you bones to chew on distractions, rules to follow. But they never warned you about the wolves. They did not tell you that if you walk like a dog in a forest full of wolves, you will be mercilessly torn apart. Because a wolf does not ask for permission. A wolf does not wait for an invitation. A wolf observes and then attacks. A wolf endures the night, but never forgets. And here you are, wondering why people walk all over you. Why does your loyalty go unrewarded? Why does your kindness meet with betrayal? Why do they laugh behind your back, even when you offer your heart? Not because you are weak, but because you behave weakly. Because you act like a dog, wagging your tail in a world ruled by predators. And remember, even the best dogs are discarded when they are no longer needed. A person who wants to survive betrayal, change, and manipulation must learn the first rule. You do not win by being loved. You win by being respected. And respect is earned not through obedience, but through strength, strategy, and silence. A wolf does not bark for you to hear it. It acts silently, and when it strikes, the world remembers. Ask yourself, do your enemies fear your silence, or do they simply dismiss you with a smile? When you enter a room, people begin to fidget in their seats, or they see you as a harmless victim seeking approval. If you long to be more, to be untouchable and invulnerable, then the first task is clear. Kill the dog inside yourself. Tomorrow it may never be safe, and right now, because the world does not wait for you to grow teeth, it will sharpen its own while you were taught to forgive, to turn the other cheek. You were praised for your softness, not because it was respected, but because it made you easy prey. It is easy to defeat, easy to control. You have become a good person, accommodating. One who gives a second chance, a third and a fourth, but fails to look at the scoreboard that shows where your kindness has led you. Machiavelli did not trust kindness, not because it lacks value, but because it lacks strength. Because when it is taken too far, it does not save you, it destroys you. A good person without power is not a hero. He is a victim awaiting his fate. The world is not gentle, it is unjust. It does not wait to reward your good intentions. You think you will earn respect by letting things go, silently enduring grievances and giving more than you receive. No. You teach people how to treat you by what you allow. And every time your kindness is not backed by strength, it becomes a permission to use you, to lie to you, to betray you, and to sleep soundly at night. In modern society, the lie has deeply rooted itself, suggesting that being good is enough, that honesty, loyalty, and kindness will bring you safety. What if you are sincere enough, and people will love you, protect you, elevate you? Machiavelli shatters this illusion. He knew the truth that most fighters dare not speak aloud. That kindness without the ability to inflict harm is weakness. That a gentle heart, if it gives too generously, attracts predators. That a person who never shows teeth becomes prey, not principles. They say kindness is a virtue, but Machiavelli would ask, a virtue for whom? Is it a virtue if it keeps you harmful, silent, overworked, and unnoticed? Is it a virtue if it keeps you in chains? And what other heroes sit at your table? You must understand that a gentle heart works only when others fear your wrath. Forgiveness matters only when you have the power to destroy, but you choose not to. But you forgive because you fear losing people. You fear conflict. You fear being perceived as cruel. So you let go time and time again, and they learn. They learn that you do not bite. They learn that you do not retaliate. They learn that your kindness is a choice, a condition, a leash, a means of manipulation. That is why you go unnoticed. That is why betrayal finds you again and again, because the world does not fear your kindness. It exploits it. Machiavelli spoke of the lion and the fox, but it is often overlooked that even the fox has teeth, and even the lion must be dangerous when the light shines. You cannot afford to be the only good person. You must be the one who is capable of cruelty but chooses a different path. Not out of fear, but out of calculation. There is a time for forgiveness, but only when it serves a higher purpose. There is a time for generosity, but only if it strengthens your position. There is a time for softness, but only as a mask. They are like states of the soul. Strength does not heed sermons. It does not bow to goodness, nor does it respect weakness. If you want to walk in step with power, then your kindness must be sharp, measured like a weapon, not like a weakness. A dog shows its belly, although it is still a dog. A wolf bares its fangs even in silence. If you cannot be dangerous, your kindness means nothing. It is not nobility, it is not bravery, it is merely an invitation. A signal that says, "Come closer, I will not bite." You want to be loved, you crave approval, you strive for applause, recognition, warm embraces, acceptance. But ask yourself, when has love ever held a person in power? You think love protects you, but love is a feeling, and feelings change. They change when your influence wanes. They change when you take a single wrong step. As Machiavelli clearly stated, it is safer to be feared than to be loved. Not because fear is cruel, not because it is inhumane, but because it is reliable, it is structured, it resides in the bones, while love hovers in the air, and what is present can also disappear. A person who builds their kingdom on love must constantly cater to the emotions of others. They must bow to every whim. They must please, they must explain. But the one who is feared commands in silence. They are obeyed without discussion. They are respected even in their absence. People betray those they love when it is convenient for them, but they hesitate to betray those they fear because they fear the consequences. They calculate, they pause, and in that pause, power survives. Love makes you equal. Fear keeps you on top. They will smile at the one they love, but they will bow before the one they fear. You think leadership is about being liked. You think influence is about charm. That is what weak people tell themselves to sleep soundly while wolves sneak onto the throne. You chase after love because you think it brings safety, but love makes you dependent. You tailor your words to avoid offense. You compromise your standards to maintain a connection. You become predictable, and predictable people are the first to be bypassed. Look at history. Look at kings, rulers, generals. Those who relied on affection crumbled. When people turn away from you at the first sign of weakness, those who rule through strength, through discipline, and through consequences hold on to their crowns for much longer. Machiavelli never said that cruelty is the goal. No, he said that fear must be reasoned, not unreasonable. Those who fear him should not be hated, because hatred is personal, and a wise ruler avoids personal enmities. But fear, when properly managed, breeds order. It creates silence, and silence is the soil in which power grows. When you are feared, they think before they speak. When you are feared, they doubt their own intentions even before they begin. When you are feared, they follow you even if they disagree. Because the price of disobedience is higher than the comfort of non-compliance. Now ask yourself, do people consider the importance of their actions before crossing your path? Or do they rely on your forgiveness even before they sin? Those who are loved expect to be understood, to be gentle, to be forgiving. And over time, the love that you worked hard to earn becomes the very chain that suffocates your power. You become a leader apologizing for your consequences, a father unable to manage his household, a king begging his people not to rebel. You become a dog again, charming, smiling, waving a friendly paw. The wolf watches you from the shadows, waiting for your kindness to become your grave. Fear does not mean rage. It does not mean violence. It means respect and the enforcement of consequences. It means that you cannot be trifled with. It means that your word is law, not a suggestion. And it is not necessary to be loved now, nor even to be spoken of well. But they must never forget what will happen if they go against you. Because in the world of power, loyalty based on fear lasts longer than love. Love fades under pressure. Fear solidifies in its presence. Love falters under trials. Fear holds the line. When you lead through fear, you no longer chase loyalty. Loyalty chases you. They say that growth is beautiful. They say that transformation is inspiring. But Machiavelli knew the truth. Transformation is war, not with the world, but with yourself. You cannot step into power while clinging to the remnants of who you once were. You cannot walk the path of the wolf while dragging behind you a piece of your former self. If you want to rise, if you want to be unassailable, if you want to command rather than plead, you will have to kill what is inside you. And this death is never clean. You will have to destroy your need for approval, annihilate your dependence on comfort, crush your fantasies of fairness, and burn the emotional attachments that made you weak. It does not matter how loyal you are. It does not matter what good intentions you have. It does not matter how noble your goals are. If you enter a room full of wolves with a heart beating like a dog's, they will sense it, and they will tear you apart. If you want to evolve, then you must learn to let go. Not everything can go with you. Not every person, not every habit, not every belief. Transformation does not ask for your permission. It does not care how you feel. It does not wait until you are ready. It arrives in moments of betrayal, in moments of loss, in moments when the mask of complacency is ripped from your face, and you are left face to face with the reality of power, with anger, unrefined, brutal. This is where true change begins. Not in books, not in speeches, not in moments of inspiration. Change begins when the facade dies within you, and you allow it to happen. When you stop trying to be loved, when you stop justifying yourself, when you stop waiting for people to give you what they can, this is where many men falter. But this is where their journey begins. They talk about strength, they publish dates, they dream of power. But when the time comes to sever ties, they hesitate. When the time comes to speak the truth, they fall silent. When the time comes soon enough, they smile and say yes. Because inside them, the softness still lives. Because their transformation is merely superficial. One cannot pretend to be a wolf. The world knows the difference. A man who has truly changed does not ask for respect. He commands it, not with words, not with threats, but with his presence it is felt. He moves differently. He looks differently. He does not waver. He does not chase. He does not beg. He has done the work. He has buried his weakness, and it has cost him more than anyone will ever know. The people you once laughed with will become quiet around you. Those who once used you will avoid you because they know, and they do not see it in their eyes. The softness has vanished. But this transformation has its price. You will walk alone for a time. You will be misunderstood. You will be accused of coldness, of arrogance, of heartlessness, and perhaps you are. But the great man would say that this is a mask for true strength. A man who has fully changed does not crave peace. He creates it himself. He does not flee from conflict. He uses it. He does not break under pressure. He hardens in it. You can stay where it is warm, where it is comfortable, where people praise you with complacency. But you will not find comfort in respect, nor will you find influence in accusations. Transformation means becoming someone who no longer needs to be liked. It means killing that version of yourself that thought life was fair, that believed in eternal loyalty, that waited for others to give permission to rise. It means stepping onto the arena of life, with weapons in hand, ready to lose everything except your will. Because only through this relentless fire can a wolf be born. You are not meant to be compliant. You are not meant to be soft, broken, obedient, or endlessly forgiving. You are born into a world where weakness is punished, where naivety is used as a weapon, and where those who refuse to bite are fed to those who do. The dog seeks peace for you, but peace full of strength is slavery. The dog longs for love from you, but love, full of strength, is manipulation. The dog believes that loyalty will be returned, but loyalty without leverage is suicide. Machiavelli did not write for those who want to be good. He wrote for those who want to survive, for those who want to win, for those who understand that this world does not crown the good. It crowns the clever, the cold, and the dangerous. To rise, you must cut off everything that makes you dependent. You must be ready to stand alone, to be more fearsome than beloved, to test kindness only when it benefits your strategy, to become the one who decides when to appear and when to disappear. Inside you lives a wolf, cold and quiet, waiting. Kill the sheep, let the wolf rule.